Hello, my name is Marīci. I am making this video for you to show that I am also a normal human being, like anyone. I am the victim of Ram Bomjon Dharma Sangha. He had persecuted me in 2011 and let me attacked in October 2011 the first time, and the second time in December 2011, and then tricked me inside the Halkhoriya jungle where he resides even now, and kept me there on chains for 3 months. So in this series of videos I would like to introduce myself, that I am a real person, because at the efforts of his official Sangha, they are trying to create a lot of illusions, a lot of lies, gossips about Marīci, and certain people even claim that Marīci never existed, that it is just made up by the wrong-wishing Nepali media, as they claim. There was never anything like a wrong-wishing Nepali media. Actually, all Nepal, all the media of Nepal, all the government, police, everyone was having a very great respect to the tapasvi of Ram Bomjon, Buddha boy. So I am a real person, not made up by any critics. Actually, they even try, the official Sangha, to claim that this story of Marīci and the other attacks are lies created by some kind of Hindu alliance of Nepal, which, as they claim, try to destroy Dharma Sangha because of his critics of the Gadimai animal sacrifices. Now, people, I am asking you to first check out the situation in Nepal among the Nepali Hindus, who very rare that any Nepali Hindu person would go to sacrifice goats to Gadimai. If you travel like me all over Nepal, you will see that it's very unusual. Most Nepali Hindus are actually following vegetarianism, similarly like in India, especially the higher caste people, Brahmins, Kshetris, and even lower caste people who are religious, seriously religious. So this will be another topic. I don't want to sacrifice all this video for the Gadimai, but please don't make judges just because of one certain group is claiming that the stories of the attacked victims are made up by Nepali Hindus or Nepali media people who don't wish Ram Bomjon to be successful. So, as you see, I am a human being like you have, like you are, and I also have a beating heart like you, all of you have. So please show some understanding that it was not so easy to become the victim of Ram Bomjon for me. Please believe me that it was very hard, because I have a human body like you all. I'm not an illusionary creation of the media. So, after this short introduction, I would like to tell something about what happened in short. Then I will go into details in the next video. What happened in 2011? I came to Ram Bomjon into Halkhoriya in Nepal. For many years I was already his devotee online. I was even requested to become one of the 4 managers of the so-called Buddha Boy Google group dedicated to him. And I was writing many praising articles, and I was online permanently just to serve Ram Bomjon. How did I get to know him? It was just a bad timing of my life when I was having personal problems. I lost my baby and I was broken. For about 1 year I was permanently crying for the loss of my child. Of course, such people are vulnerable, and although I had good friends, I had a relationship, I had a good job with very good colleagues, I'm very grateful for them to try to help me, but I am a spiritual person, and the loss of my child somehow evoked in me my long forgotten meditational period, life period, in 1987. And I thought that yes, this was a sign that I have to return to my spiritual life. But how to do it? I'm a woman, fragile woman. I don't have a place for doing meditation, serious meditation, I mean, and I don't have any support. So I just wanted to find some community, some ashram, some guru where I could return to my previous path of meditation, which was pursued in 1987. And so this desire was parallel with my great love, which awoke in me when I saw this Buddha boy under the tree, a boy of 16 years, which is an important age because that time we decide if we choose samsaric, worldly life, or we choose spiritual life. I actually also started when I was 16 with the meditation, and I was having a very good karma, not like Ram Bomjon, a huge support, and I even had a yoga teacher, very highly educated scientist yoga teacher in my small town, who was always cutting down any temptations, to pride, for example, or any illusions on the way. He was following Sri Ramana Maharishi, an Indian Advaitist yogi teaching, because he was not in body anymore. And automatically I took his, his path too. It was very near to me, so I was doing Advaita meditations. Of course, I was also doing, not of course, sorry, this word doesn't fit here. I was also doing yoga. In a traditional sense. Yoga is many times distorted nowadays by New Age people, New Age groups, which put on yoga a lot of labels which never belonged to yoga. I was following a simple but powerful, modest, traditional yoga, which is the Ashtanga yoga. Originally this was Patanjali Yoga, but again the name Patanjali Yoga is now associated solely with the person of Swami Ramdev in India, which is not known to me so much, so I don't want to tell my any opinion about him, but I was not following Swami Ramdev's Patanjali Yoga. I was following the original Ashtanga Yoga, and my guru was Sri Ramana Maharishi. So after this introduction, I would like to tell a little about what happened with my connection with Bomjon. I was very broken down after the loss of my baby in 2007. And as you all know, this was already a year when he was deep in his meditation under the tree. So I was watching him in news and internet, and I wanted to get in touch with his followers with the secret plan, which I was not sure about yet, but I had this plan once, once to leave all my possessions, very modest possessions, once to leave my job and my relationship and return to a very serious yogic life in his jungle. So the two reasons, one reason is my own path and looking for a perfect place, clean in the nature with a guru where I could follow my path, and the other reason was my my compassion with this poor boy, which I thought is alone in his meditation and all surrounded, because in the videos it's apparent, surrounded by very worldly people who care about business and money most of the time. So when I saw this, I had this feeling I have to help him. He's like me, he's like a small boy of 16, like I was 16, and I can tell it was very difficult in the beginning to establish my path in my family, in my surroundings, in my school. But due to the grace of my, I don't know how to say it so that everyone can understand, grace of my inner guru and grace of God and the help of the spiritual people in my town, finally my meditation was very smooth. I could even meditate in the bench, school bench, during the lessons, and my teachers all knew about it and did not disturb my meditation. I was sitting in a Padmasana lotus seat in the school bench and closed eyes, because they knew that any times they could ask me, and my mind was very sharp and I just knew the answer. And this was my path. So I was seeing in Bomjon someone similar. I was thinking he doesn't have this nice setting of nice parents, understanding teachers, a clever yoga teacher like I had. I have to go there and I have to help him and somehow explain his surroundings, not to defile him with worldly energies, not to make noise, like simple things. I thought I had this idea, this very naive idea, as it had been shown later to me. So I am not a witch. They are, as you know, they are spreading about me that Marīci is a witch. Marīci came to attack Guruji, that I am a black magician who wants to harm him and kill him. I'm just shocked. It's many years. I am still in this permanent shock. How could they invent such lies about someone who came to actually help Guruji? But of course, the biggest shock for me was that he himself was making up these lies. For long I didn't know this. I learned it only about the second half of 2011. So let's go back to that moment when I saw him on the TV, and I got this feeling I have to come to Nepal and help him, because I felt the great potential in Dharma Sangha, the great spiritual potential, and just have a look at this beautiful nature. This great spiritual potential is something very sensitive, and it's like fire. If people come and don't know how to work with the fire, it can destroy. And if they know how to work with the fire, they can cook food. Everyone knows this analogy. I don't want to play any spiritual teacher here. Just this is what I wanted to say, that I felt this danger, that if I don't come in time, or anyone else at the similar level of consciousness with meditational experience, then something will be not good with this boy. Seeing the videos, I had this conclusion, seeing these fat guys with the discussion about what to do with the donations, and no one cared about the real stuff, I mean the meditation. So on Google group I found in writing a very similarly set mindset person, Andrea Good, very intelligent and very interested in spiritual things, but from the other side, because due to my 3 years of tapasya yoga practice, I had a certain insight into people. But insight is one thing. Other thing, there are unwritten laws among real spiritual people, not to condemn anyone who is on a lower stage, or not to criticize, not to humiliate. Well, most important. I belong to this old school. Some of you who are watching this video also belong to this old school. That is not a big group anymore in this world. So, just a moment. So when I contacted Andrea Good, it was like enthusiastic between us. We were working together for 2 years maybe on the internet. Many times I didn't go to sleep because she was asking me to proofread, for example, her book Reflections on Palden Dorje, and I was a very hard worker. I'm always a very hard worker, so I worked, for example, till 3 o'clock and woke up at 6 going to work, to office. So I really sacrificed too much for Bomjon, but I didn't feel it like pain. I was ready to sacrifice more, because I believed he is spiritual and I believed he is going on the right path. Finally, in 2011, we decided with Andy that she's going there to Halkhoriya in Nepal, and she's kind of inviting me so that we can establish a foreigner presence there, because that time there was Khenpo Sonam Gyurme, Tamang Lama, Buddhist Lama, who was requesting Andy, because Andy went there already in 2008 first time, so she knew the local people around Bomjon already. And so this Sonam Gyurme requested Andy to bring some foreigners to stay and work with him on the translation of Mahapranidhana, which is Bomjon's prayer, which is now forbidden and inaccessible. So I months going on, and I slowly prepared myself to actually leave my job, leave my relationship. I was slowly selling my modest property. I didn't even have a bed. We were sleeping on a mat, and I had only 3 chairs, which was so difficult to save money for them. Anyway, I gave away many things just for free, and I decided that I go and will meditate near Ram Bomjon and will help him, that I can use all my skills, spiritual experience and knowledge to serve him. Now, I know that many of the Sangha people tried and still trying to let's see this beautiful mriga, it's called in Nepali, deer. I don't know if you will see. I try to turn the camera to the deer. This is a beautiful country. There are many animals and it's still alive. The holy nature. So yes, I work together with Andy to come to serve Ram Bomjon, and I was totally sure that Andrea Good is a good person. It's even in her name. And so when I arrived in January, because my first plane, it was very difficult for me to board a plane. I had some very bad intuitions. In Prague I boarded one plane and I just left it because suddenly I had a feeling not to go, don't go. But everyone knows that we live in the materialist world and we always say, don't listen to these inner voices, listen to your mind, the logical mind. So again, I bought a new ticket. Of course, I lost a lot of money. And then I boarded the plane which took me to Dubai. In Dubai, again, I felt, sorry, it was Istanbul or Dubai. Now I don't know. I think Dubai. Again, I felt not to go. I was already on the plane. There were, I think, some forces trying to protect me from the tragical end which was awaiting me in Nepal. But again, I was telling myself, must be strong, you must board that plane. And so I was praying to Ram Bomjon, who became naturally like someone like my idol or guru. Please help me to get to Halkhoriya. And when I arrived there, there were some strange tensions. Not everyone was jumping on me and kissing me from enthusiasm. Some people had back thoughts, but I didn't want to see that. I thought, I don't care about human stuff. It's not my way. I came to meditate only. We were meeting in Nimadawa Tamang's guest house, family guest house, and we had to wait for about 1 week. The deer already left. We had to wait 1 week until we can go to Halkhoriya. During that 1 week, it was clear to me that Andrea Good actually is not is using certain kind of diplomatic methods, certain kind of business ideas which were not my style of dealing with people, or even less with spirituality. But my nature is kind of humble and modest, and I always belittle myself in front of people, and I don't tell my attainment. My idea, my philosophy is that if someone has to know the levels I have reached in yoga, that person gets to this information anyway, by if God wants this person. But if I tell it directly to someone who never had this experience, like Andrea Good, she would consider it a lie, she would consider it fantasy or pride. So there was no need for me to introduce myself to her and Manu, who was also present, Guruji's small sister, or Davani Madhavan Tamang. I didn't introduce myself like a highly attained yogini, which I actually was, and my yoga teacher also knows this, and all the yoga group I was belonging to knew it. People were consulting me about Kundalini, about visions, about many yogic techniques, hidden techniques which are not even taught anymore. People were consulting me when I was 16, 17. But I don't want to use this video to kind of praise myself or something. I'm not that type, really. I just wish to balance the terrible picture the Sangha, Andrea Good, Ram Bomjon, Kishore Sherchand, Kim Nguyong, Ivy Jugoa, Joan Stanley Barker, and these other people from the Sangha. All these people are trying to create a picture about me, that I am mentally ill, as if they were all totally healthy, or that I am evil, or they directly spread it among my own friends.